A Venus flytrap with human teeth? Okay, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. So I was gonna show you how I made this like wire tree, but it was really boring. So I'm just gonna skip to the part where I have the tree. So bam, tree. Now I'm just gonna shove my tree into this tiny little pot. But if we start adding clay to the top of this, it's gonna be really top heavy. So I'm gonna add these rocks to the base. I just have to remove my hot glue snake. And I don't know why I'm showing you this, but there he is. There's my hot glue snake. And then I'm filling my bottom with hot glue and re-shoving my tree into the hot glue. I feel like I'm shoving my tree in a lot of places. Anyways, so now I'm adding clay. I know I could just hot glue this part, and that would have been smart, but for whatever reason, I used clay. I think because it sticks better than hot glue. Hot glue tends to like pop out. And then I hid the rocks inside to make the bottom heavy, because we all like a heavy bottom. And then I wrapped my tree in clay to make it more tree-like, because wires aren't very tree-like. Oh, and also to bulk it up. I like my trees bulky and heavy bottomed. Somehow this voiceover is going in a direction that I was not anticipating. Anyways, now I'm just hammering my tinfoil and covering that in clay, as one does when they're making a human tooth Venus flytrap. And then I'm texturing my clay to make it more Venus-y. And oh, here comes the human tooth part. Oh wait, not yet. I gotta add the lips. Or what I guess they're kind of lip-like. Or maybe they'd be gums, because that's what I'm using to hold the teeth in. You know what? It's all the same skin, right? The gums and the lips connect at some point. Okay, what do you think causes human tooth Venus flytraps? And what do you think they eat? And if they don't eat flies, do we need to change the name? Let's see, what do people eat? I like how I ask as if I'm not a people. Okay, how about chips? So it's a Venus chip trap? Doesn't quite roll off the tongue. Or should I say lips? It's a chip lip trap. Oh wait, I know, cheese. Because cheese isn't something that you find in nature. Not that chips are something that you find in nature. But you know what? People eat a lot of cheese. Possibly more than chips. So it would be a human cheese trap. Although that makes me think it's like trapping mice. So I don't know. How about we put a pin in that and talk about how this plant could have come into existence? Did somebody plant their dentures in the backyard? And as the plant was growing, it like, I don't know, sucked the teeth out? Or maybe as somebody was eating, they got a seed of something stuck in their teeth and the tooth like grew the plant in their mouth. And I don't know if it fell out and then turned into this plant or if the person turned into the plant. I don't know. Either way, that's a weird road to go down. Don't want to go down that road. Whoa, what was that? Okay, I know. Maybe this plant was growing on top of a grave. I mean, you hear about people opening fruit and like their wife's lost wedding ring is inside. And it turns out that the fruit had like picked up the ring as it was growing and it like grew inside the fruit. So when they cut open the fruit, they're like, what? It's a wedding ring. How'd this get in there? Which thank God it was opened by the wife or the husband, because could you imagine if a couple opened that and girlfriend thought that the guy was proposing to her? Ugh, I'd be so embarrassed because for whatever reason, we have weird obsessions about putting rings in food. I mean, why can't people just propose in a normal way like my husband by sending me on a super long scavenger hunt throughout the city that took hours only to end up where we started, and he opens his trunk and a bunch of balloons pop out? Okay, maybe I shouldn't talk. That's a weird one too. But to be fair, it was very sweet and I absolutely loved it. Go husband. Anyways, look at that. We're done. What do you guys think? And don't forget, I have a book coming out. Pre-order link in the bio. Okay, thanks. Bye. So the last time I made a man-eating plant, I got a bunch of comments that said that I should make the cow plant from The Sims, and I love The Sims, so why not? So I got my clay and tinfoil out and started sculpting the head. Luckily, this head is full of tinfoil and not real brains, so I doubt it'll be eating any people, but you never know. Okay, tell me some crazy things that you did in The Sims. No judgment. I always like doing the whole graveyard thing with real people. I mean, I know you can cheat the gravestones in, but that's not as fun. And the best part was being creative with their deaths. That's where the cow plant came in. Although in later games, I think the cow plant just milked the people rather than killed them, which is really gross, but whatever. I guess it's fair because we do milk cows. But the best part was when the ghosts came out of the gravestones. I mean, they could be annoying, but totally worth it. So in one of my games, I did graveyard and then a funeral home right next to it. I modeled the funeral home after HBO's 6 Feet Under, because what other funeral home would I do? And I was only slightly obsessed with that show. But the whole place became so haunted that it was super annoying. Oh, and then I did the flowers in the attic, and I tried to lock the children in the attic, but they kept escaping. Dang kids. And then when I deleted the door, CPS came. I guess they have to go to school or something. So that was kind of a failure. And then I tried to do a haunted insane asylum. Yeah, Apparently I didn't learn my lesson from the first haunting because all the people living there had the worst traits and then the hauntings made them go even more crazy. And then I was basically torturing them and I felt terrible about it. Isn't it weird that we have feelings for the people in our games? Like, they're not even real, but I still feel bad. Oh, and then I did a mad scientist and he had a secret lab underneath his house, but his house was fake. I even put mannequins in the windows just in case the neighbor got suspicious. But if they had looked closer, everything was covered in cobwebs. But his real house was underground and I had fake grass and lights to make it feel like it was above ground. I even had a neighbor come over to investigate because all neighbors in movies are super nosy. So the scientist had to trap him in a little room and run experiments on him. And then I turned him into the president and the mad scientist controlled him. That's not weird. You're weird. Oh yeah, let's see your Sims. I bet they're just as weird as mine. If not weirder, you weirdo. Anyways, what do you think of my cow plant? Since it's Halloween, I'm gonna make the scariest thing I can think of. And what is the scariest thing I can think of? No, it's not Edgar. Stupid cat. It's demon cows. I know that's what you thought I was gonna say. But specifically, the Cow King from Diablo, even though the cow level's a lie. And if you've been to it, you're a liar. Because it does not exist. Or does it? Anyways, here's me putting some flesh on my demon cow. Don't worry about the cow behind him. Because remember, cows don't kill people. Everything else does. He's just a plastic cow. Probably. And we can't forget the udder. He'd be utterly useless without an udder. Is that where their demonic powers are from? Diablo, we're gonna need some clarification on this. I mean, if demon cows existed, because they don't. And the cow level's a lie. All right, our cow needs a nose ring. Don't worry, this won't hurt. Okay, maybe a little. Ooh, he's looking pretty handsome. Wait a second. If he has udders, does that make him a she? I guess this is the demon cow queen. I am utterly sorry. I didn't realize you were a female. In fact, our cow might be in love. Hey, let's keep this PG. Oh, do you know why cows have hooves? Because they lactose. All right, all we need is some skulls. Because this is Diablo, and Diablo has a lot of skulls. And lava, lots of lava. And all demons have horns. All right, let's slather her in paint. And the most important part, her red eyes. Yeah, maybe they're just bloodshot. Maybe she's not a demon at all. Because there are no demon cows in Diablo. But if there were, she would need a crown. Not a halo, a crown. Don't worry, I'll fix it. With this precious metal. Because it's gold. Can't you tell? It's gold. Look, I didn't have the budget for real gold, okay? Use your imagination. And here I am crowning the queen. Cow got a little jealous, so I made him a crown too. Trust me, we don't want to anger Cow. I mean, not that cows kill people. That would be silly. Right. So let's give Cow a weapon. Here, Cow, you pick the weapon. Good choice. Here, let's make it a little more weapony. What do you think, Cow? It's Cow approved. It just needs blood. Ah, it looks pretty good. Okay, we just need to reassure everybody, and say it with me, that the cow level is a lie, and that demon cows don't exist. So I'm making a plaque. Because if it's written on a plaque, it's gotta be true. I think that checks out. All right, let's give her weapon and she's finished. What do you think? And just a friendly reminder that the cow level does not exist. See, it's written on this plaque. So don't go looking for it in any of the Diablo games because that would be an utter waste of time.